So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at what is on my iPhone for the month of September 2021. Now you can see here I am using the iPhone 12 Pro, and the reason why I'm using the smaller 12 Pro right now is the iPhone 12 Pro Max, number one, is actually recording this video, if you guys were wondering. In addition to that, I am using this one more often right now because I've been out and about quite a bit, and it's a little bit more manageable, a little bit easier to hold the 6.1 inch versus the 6.7. Not that 6.7 is hard, it's just a little bit more fun and more compact when you're out and about running around. So I've been feeling the iPhone 12 Pro right now. Now I am using the MagSafe case on here. I'll leave a link to this case if you want to pick it up for yourself down below. If you do have an iPhone 12 Pro or 12 Pro Max or even the iPhone 12, I'll leave a link to those down below. And first thing I want to talk about is the wallpaper. So I got this iOS looking blue wallpaper here. I will leave a link to where you can grab this wallpaper down below in the comment section or in the description actually of this video. Now, I'm going to talk about the way I got this thing set up. Off to the left is where I do keep my widgets, and it's pretty simple. Over here I have the calendar. I have, the weather because I check that quite a bit. In addition, below that, I do have myself battery. When I am using different headphones, Bluetooth stuff, I like to see the battery percentages populate within that widget. Below that right there, you can see that I do have my screen time right there to see how much screen time I am calculating throughout the day on the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, you might be thinking it's pretty simple. It is right here. I do have everything organized and in folders. And the reason for this is because I tend to kind of get a little bit distracted or overwhelmed when all the apps are just scattered across the phone. And I actually started to dig the app library that made its way to iOS 14 because it really does automatically organize your applications that you don't want scattered all over. In addition, I do really prefer this feature where you can go ahead and hide pages. I do typically hide a page or two, as you can see right here. It really just depends, what I'm doing. Sometimes when I have a speed test, I'll just hide out the pages that are not that serious. And for here, you can see I did hide this page because I didn't want to be distracted by, these video applications that I use for speed test, or even these right here, social media, because a lot of times social media can become distracting. And over here, I do keep a bunch of boring Apple stuff that I don't really use that much in that folder. And so I will hide this page once again because I don't really use those apps. Now, beginning on the home page right here, you can see I do have the first folder called Daily Applications. And I'm only going to talk about a couple of them here that I do think you might benefit from. The first one is this application called Today. Now, what is this? Well, it's basically a task list to keep you organized throughout your day without having to use Apple Notes, because we all know Apple Notes can get really populated. Right here, you can see that you can just simply add a note that you want to do for the day and kind of get your things kind of organized very simply. Or you can send it over to the later tab. Like if it's not that super priority thing you got to get done, you can move it over there to the later. So in Today, you can see like straighten up room. I had to reply to some clients, I could prepare a video that is coming up. And then when you're done with this, you can simply slide it over to later. Or you can, if you're done with it, you can also just hold down and delete this task. You can archive it or you can move it to later. So Today, this is a pretty awesome little application just to keep you organized. And this video is not sponsored by any of these applications, so none of these companies are paying me to talk about them. Although there is a lot of people that reach out for that. I just want to share with you what I've been using. The next application I want to talk about is stretching. So it's kind of important to get your stretching in day to day, and I haven't actually allowed Apple Health to use this yet. But it's definitely important to get your stretching in. And, this is a really good application to help you, get your stretching down. Now, you will have to buy premium versions if you want to, remove the ads and stuff like that. But stretching is an awesome application that you could take advantage of during, staying home quite a bit to keep your body nice and flexible. Also, you can use this app called 7 Minutes. It also has 7-minute workouts to make it pretty easy. In addition to that, I do keep weather because I check that quite a bit. Alarm clocks, photos, calendars, the main stuff we're going to use every day in settings, Gmail. And then this right here is just a sweep tracker to check when there's tree cleaning on my block. Over here, you can see that we do have a YouTube tab. Now, I do keep YouTube here, YouTube Music, and I do have YouTube Music because when you do have YouTube Premium, it also comes with YouTube Music. So pretty neat thing there. If you buy the YouTube Premium, which removes ads off of all the videos, you can definitely get YouTube Music with that instead of having to buy a separate music subscription like Spotify. YouTube Studio to reply to your comments and stuff like that. Under listen, you can see I use a little ear emoji right there. And then I got a little AirPods Max right there as well. And in here, I do have podcasts, Audible to listen to some books in here. In addition to that, I do have this application here for my Sony 1000 XM3s. I know that on the XM4s, but I haven't seen any reason to upgrade. But I do use this to control those headphones when they are connected. Next up, with the ever increasing phishing and smishing attacks in 2021, I have decided to, lock down my phones quite a bit, as well as PCs, computers, with, these LifeLock identity, these secure VPNs, as well as Norton 360. Now, it's not technically necessary on iPhone. It's a super secure platform, but I still like to have protection on all my devices, especially considering, how much things this does provide. Like, it can scan your phone, it can look into stuff as well. I'm not signed in just yet because I literally just went over to the 12 Pro this month, but you can have a VPN on your iPhone as well. It's really important to protect your security. In addition to that, use a password manager like LastPass, Dashlane, and others to help you lock down those passwords. And they'll also have password generators so you can change your passwords out more regularly. Just regular security practices you want to do to keep yourself safe in 2021. Next up, in online shopping, I keep Best Buy, Amazon, and Apple Store. My three places I get most of my tech from right here. And, this one's going to be used a little bit here soon for the iPhone 13 that is on the way in just a couple of weeks. So that's one of the most, amazing times of the year. We got to buy like 4 iPhones and review them all here for the channel. So go ahead and get your comments in what you want to see on those upcoming iPhones down below this video. And then I just have Robinhood under my investing applications. And then here you might be wondering, what the heck? Who uses Firefox, DuckDuckGo, Firefox Focus? Again, for privacy, for more security. When I just don't want to use Safari, I'm getting tired of using that. I like to have alternative browser options. You might like Google Chrome, as well as maybe Opera or Microsoft Edge even, maybe. Anyone? No? Okay. But you can see that these are really good browsers here. I especially like DuckDuckGo because it's like a different search engine. You don't always have to search Google on this one. You could find stuff you would never find on Google. It's a pretty cool browser. Then over here, you can have this like super private. So you basically, everything you search just automatically gets deleted here in Firefox Focus. And then basically you can use Firefox as an alternative to using Safari if you want to just try out something different. Now over here, I do keep tools where I do have a percentage calculator, so I can do quick percentages math as well as the regular calculator right there. So that's fun. Over here in Pro Video, I do keep the application which I'm using to make this video, Manual Camera. This is a paid application, but it allows you to tweak the white balance, focus, zoom, flash, as well as EV exposure, as well as the ISO. You can also switch over to video. They got a lot of features in here. You could just tap up here to change your video mode. So a pro video application for making photos or videos. Then I have iMovie where I will do some editing of some content right here, as you can see. And then over here, LumaFusion, if I'm getting a little bit more serious on the phone. I don't use this often because I seriously prefer to edit on a laptop. I find it much more efficient, much more fast. But if I'm on the go and I need to do something professional or just quickly, I will use LumaFusion. That's a paid application. It's about $20, but it's worth every single penny if you do take advantage of it. Now, Double Take is kind of like director's view for the Samsung phones. Basically, it allows you to take, a photo or video, essentially the back and the front camera, as you can see right here. So you might want to try this one. I believe this application may be free. I'm not sure on that one. Don't quote me there. But then I have Filmic Pro right here, which is another pro video application. This one goes even more in depth than the manual camera. You can actually change the frame rates, resolution. You can change, audio settings. You have stabilization, guidelines. And then over here, you have much more that you can tweak. So this really takes you to a more serious level there with Filmic Pro. And under my Notes tab, I do keep Google Keep as well as Apple Notes. I keep Google Keep because I use a lot of Google services, and when I'm switching off of iPhone or trying out a different phone, I don't want to be stuck just on Apple Notes because then I can't access them super easily. Here I do have Starbucks for the fiance, and she likes Starbucks quite a bit, so I keep that on board. And then over here I do have Chipotle right here because it's pretty much the only place I go often when it comes to fast food. I do like that quite a bit, Chipotle, so shout outs to them. Not sponsored, by the way. Then over here in industry news, I do keep the Apple news. And the reason why I call it industry news, because I'm not a big news fan. Like regular news, I just read, tech news. And the one I really like and prefer is this guy right here. This is Flipboard. So let me get out of here. Let's not have it tracking me. And I just like it because it shows a lot of pictures. And when you're flipping through, it's kind of a visual way to consume content a little bit more than with Apple News, for example, which does have some pictures, but it seems to be a lot more, involved with text. There's over here, but it does have a lot more text, I would say. Flipboard has pictures front and center versus Apple News, a lot more text. And the 5 Mac as well, they got a really sweet application if you want to check out Apple News and stuff like that. And then over here, Meditate and Read. Now, this is a free application called Oak. This application is pretty amazing. It's a free application. It doesn't have any ads or anything like that. And it does allow you to get quite a few ways to meditate. Now, a lot of those meditation apps are charging quite a bit. So this is one of the few free ones on the market that's pretty amazing here. You have breathing, sleeping, meditation as well to keep that mind clear and focused. Over here, I do have Kindle. And if you don't got Kindle on your phone, I don't know what you're doing. You could put all your books digital these days. So why not? And then over here in navigation and travel, I do have the Bird application for my Bird scooter and my Segway 9-bot scooter, which is basically an electric scooter. It's a way I do travel and get around. So these are kind of just based on navigation. Let me know if you guys got an electric scooter. These things are pretty sweet, especially if you live in a metropolitan area. It's super easy to get around. Basically like a Tesla for scooters. You basically just, you just zoom right by with electric power. So pretty amazing. Then over here, I do have, the maps, Apple Maps right here and Google Maps. So definitely I like to use Apple Maps when I don't want Google Maps tracking my data. But when I really get lost sometimes and Apple Maps is not giving me my proper traffic, I do pop open Google Maps because sometimes it does work quite a bit better. Over here, just a folder for managing money and stuff like that. And then I have a folder called Blessed Bills because I think you shouldn't really complain about bills. You got to pay stuff, you got to pay it, but you're blessed to have these services. So why not write it that way? Then over here in the app library, there's quite a bit of applications in here. The ones that were mostly hidden. I'm not going to talk much about Twitter and Instagram. You know what that is. But I do have this application called Unsplash. It's where you can find a bunch of beautiful free stock photos and wallpaper. So I did want to mention that one. If you're into photography, you're into checking out some beautiful photos, go check out this one right here. And so that's going to wrap it up here for what's on my iPhone for the month of September 2021. You can see I like to keep it real simple because I'm really busy making videos. So I don't got time to be having a mess all over my home screen. So this is the way I like to keep it. Let me know how you keep your iPhone down below in the comment section of this video. What applications you have and on your iPhone that you may want to share with the community that could help other people out. There's a lot of applications we're not even aware of, and you might have one of those. So go ahead and drop them below. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, informing, do me a favor, click that like button for me. Subscribe for more. Nick here. Be sure to be well and peace.